What's up guys, it's Long. I'm gonna make a video here of me assembling the neck of one of my guitars. This one happens to be for the Les Paul, but the same instructions apply to the Eddie Van Halen. And just so you know, this one is the 90% size buttons. I kind of have small fingers, so yours may be slightly bigger. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop these switches in. These are chalk linear reds. And I like to make it so that little bump on the red points to the side that those zip tie mount is on. And the reason why is because the little pins end up being at the bottom, so it lines up nicely for when you zip tie the wires later. All right, so I've already pre-tinned 5 wires here, long wires over there. Get this out of the way. I'm gonna tin these wires here. For this build, I'm going to be using orange for the grounds. Now for the other wires, it doesn't really matter what color they are, because the Sandtroller configurator will take care of all the pin assignments. All right, I'm just going to pre-tin all these. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these orange wires to those. I like to put them on those bottom pins. Now, I'm just kind of bend these over, get them out of the way, put them over towards that zip tie goes. And now I'm gonna solder these other wires. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip these orange wires to the same length. And then I'm going to strip a bunch of wire. Oops, got it off the end of these and just kind of combine them. All right, just gonna twist them together. Easier with a pair of pliers sometimes. Now, this is not going to be like NASA approved or anything, but it'll be fine. there's not a lot of strain on these wires. Okay. All right, that should be good. So now I'm just going to fold the rest of the wires over. Like so, and put a zip tie. And that is the assembly of the fret switch plate. All right, so now I'm going to assemble the switch plate into the neck. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop off these supports. It should be pretty easy to pop off. So you see here, the switch plate is going to slide in from the bottom, and then you're going to put screws into there. So I've got my switch plate here. I'm just going to slide it in. Depending on how thick your wires are, sometimes it takes a little bit of massaging to get it in there. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to attach the screws. So you're going to need button head cap screws for this. And the reason why is because these there's not much space depth inside there. It's pretty tight, so the button heads have a shorter head. Slowly tighten all these screws. You kind of want them to come up together. You don't want to do a single one of these too far all at one time. So you want to be real careful when you tighten these. There's not enough space to do heat sets into the fret switch plate. So it's going to be pretty easy to strip this if you get a little too overzealous tightening these. But you want to make sure that the plate is all the way flush. If you have issues later on putting the buttons in, it's going to probably be because you didn't get the plate all the way flush. That looks pretty good. You're ready to put the buttons in now. All right, I'm gonna assemble the buttons now. Got a full set here. These are my 90% buttons, so they're not full size. So just keep that in mind. Now I've got the legs here. Remember to print these at 0.1 millimeter layer height. When you print them out, they should be anywhere from 1.25 to 1.35 millimeters thick, the leg there. And here's the width that I've got, just under 3. Now, I've just got some normal glue here. Not too much. And the leg portion goes in the middle there. Make sure we push it down all the way in there. You want to try and keep the legs kind of equally centered in there, otherwise the button will be slightly twisted. Okay, just gonna let those dry for a second and we'll pop them in. All right, buttons have been drying for about a minute or so. And the reason I do this is some people print these buttons one piece and then these legs get printed with these little tiny pieces along the layer lines, and so they break off real easily. So this is a little bit trickier to do, but these legs are super strong. I've never had one break off into the button. Just pop them in. Red, yellow. Okay. Perfect. All right, that's it.